Clint Eastwood just made a 911 call that shocked the entire city, and what happened next is something nobody saw coming. Before we dive deeper, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because this story will keep you on the edge of your seat. It was late at night when Clint was driving home, the streets nearly empty and silent. Suddenly, his headlights caught a figure slumped on the side of the road, a woman barely breathing, her face pale and desperate. Without a second thought, Clint pulled over and called 911, his voice steady but urgent. He expected the usual rush of sirens and quick help. But when the ambulance arrived, everything felt off. The paramedics moved too fast, exchanging nervous glances, and refused to let Clint get close to the woman. One whispered into a radio, and the tension in the air grew thicker. Clint's instincts screamed that something bigger was at play. This was no ordinary medical emergency. As the ambulance doors closed, Clint noticed a man in a dark suit watching from a distance, his eyes cold and calculating. The realization hit Clint hard. Someone powerful was trying to keep a dangerous secret hidden, and now Clint was caught, right in the middle of it. What could the woman be hiding? Why was the ambulance crew acting so strange? And what was the man's role in all this? What would you do if you stumbled onto a secret that powerful? Clint couldn't get the image of that woman out of his mind. He kept replaying the ambulance scene. The strange looks, the hurried whispers, and the cold man watching from the shadows. The next morning, Clint decided to find out more. He visited the hospital where the woman had been taken, but the staff were tight-lipped. No one would tell him her name or condition. Frustrated but determined, Clint started asking questions around town. Slowly, a hidden story began to surface. The woman was connected to a powerful group involved in illegal experiments, and the ambulance was just a cover to keep her quiet. Clint's phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Stop digging or you'll disappear like her." Fear hit him, but Clint was not the type to back down. He knew he was onto something dangerous, something that could expose corruption at the highest levels. Just as he was about to call his closest ally, his door creaked open. Standing there was a woman he didn't expect, someone from his past, with secrets of her own. "You're in deeper than you know," she warned. Clint's mind raced. Could he trust her? Or was this another trap? The woman from Clint's past, Jessica, stepped inside quietly, her eyes full of worry and secrets. "You shouldn't be looking into this," she said softly. But Clint could see the fear behind her words. Jessica revealed she once worked for the powerful group controlling those illegal experiments. She'd escaped, but knew they were watching everyone closely. Clint realized the danger wasn't just for the woman in the ambulance. It was for anyone who got too close to the truth. Suddenly his phone buzzed again with a message. "We're coming for you." Panic hit, but Clint's determination grew stronger. He and Jessica had to act fast. Together they started digging deeper, uncovering hidden files, secret meetings, and a conspiracy that reached into government offices and media outlets. Every discovery made their enemies angrier, and soon Clint found himself chased through dark alleys and shadowy streets. Yet just when it seemed all was lost, Jessica revealed a hidden weapon, a piece of evidence so powerful it could bring the whole corrupt system down. But to use it, Clint had to make a choice: fight in the open and risk everything, or disappear forever. What would you choose if your life was on the line? Clint's heart raced as he held the damning evidence Jessica had uncovered. Files proving the group's illegal experiments and the cover-up stretching to the highest officials. But the closer they got to exposing the truth, the more dangerous things became. Late at night, Clint noticed unfamiliar cars parked outside his home, their engines idling like silent threats. Jessica warned him, "They're watching every move. If we slip up, it's over." Yet Clint refused to back down. With the help of a trusted journalist friend, they planned to leak the files live on national television, a move that could ignite a firestorm. But just as they prepared, Clint received a chilling call from the shadowy man who had been following him. "Stop now, or everything you love will be destroyed." The line went dead, leaving Clint with a choice: protect himself and stay silent, or risk it all to reveal a truth that could shake the world. What would you do if faced with such a threat? Would you stay silent or fight? The night of the live broadcast arrived, tension thick in the air. Clint stood behind the camera, heart pounding, as the journalist prepared to expose everything. Just seconds before going live, the studio lights flickered, and the feed went dark. Panic erupted. Someone had sabotaged the broadcast, but Clint wasn't ready to quit. Using a hidden phone, he streamed the files directly to millions online. The truth spread like wildfire. Governments scrambled, officials resigned, and the secret group's grip began to crumble. Yet, in the chaos, Clint received one final message. This is only the beginning. He knew the battle wasn't over. Powerful enemies still lurked, ready to strike again. But Clint smiled, determined. The world had seen the truth, and he was ready for whatever came next. What do you think will happen now? Will Clint's fight inspire change, or will darkness return? Comment below, because this story is far from over, and the next twist could be even bigger. Months passed, and the storm Clint helped unleash had changed everything. The secret group's leaders were arrested, and reforms began shaking the corrupt system to its core. Clint, though weary, found a new purpose, using his voice to protect those silenced by power. Jessica stood by his side, their uneasy alliance, now a strong partnership built on trust and survival. But just as the world seemed to breathe easier, Clint received an anonymous letter. No sender, just a warning. They never truly disappear. A chill ran down his spine. The fight for truth was never ending, and Clint knew this was only the first battle of many. He looked ahead, ready for whatever shadows lay beyond the horizon. And as the sun set, Clint whispered, "Bring it on." What would you do if the fight for justice never ended? Share your thoughts below, because every ending sparks a new beginning. Thank you for following Clint's story. Stay tuned, because the next chapter might be closer than you think.